Oh, like it wouldn't, it's nice seeing me again, is it not? I can imagine. You're welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the best construction channel in the land. If you're new here, my name is Upili Pemba, and here on this channel, we dissect conversations about construction. We talk about navigation strategies. We are not tenderers here. I think anybody that knows me, I'm an advocate. I'm an absolute advocate of the fact that if you are going into the construction industry and you are trying to be a tenderer, this is definitely not your channel. So I'm here to kind of take you on my journey. If you are an avid subscriber and you watch my videos, thank you, first of all. But you would also know that I'm trying to grow a community of people that are aware, of people that view construction a little bit differently, and people who like to move in a way that has a bit of longevity, if you know what I mean. So it's 2024. Welcome back. I've been gone for a couple of months, and I've got an explanation. One, I'm mad. And a wise man once told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, shut your mouth. So I think for the past couple of months, I've kind of just moving differently. I am a child and a stakeholder within the construction industry. And besides the fact that I've got the branding part of my company, which is where we strategize, we corporate stuff, I also have the distribution, which is the supply, right? But what I decided to do was, in the effort of growing my brand and growing my business, and obviously, like also when it comes to the way that I do these videos and trying to help people. I think it was beneficial for myself, but also you guys, for me to kind of have a roundabout idea, of what the different components are and actually do them. So I had been doing the strategy, the corporate side of it. I had been doing the supply and the material and distribution, but now I am also a contractor. So that has been a journey and a half, but it makes me such a great vehicle for more of these conversations. It makes me aware of certain things that I wasn't aware of, because sometimes, you can move and you can move within the industry, but if you're not really in the mud, if I always say you don't know construction until you are a contractor. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I know what contracting is and construction is. So I have been doing that. And I think most of my videos now are going to have three different components: strategic, material, and contracting. And I think it helps you guys in terms of understanding what the brand of your business is, one. Two, understanding how the weight average of the different materials is. And three, understanding how to do the job and how to kind of navigate yourself within the job. So now we are strategic within our brands. We know how to price our materials, and now we are learning the strategies on how to actually be in the mud and get the job done. So, that was like a bit of a recap of why I have been a little bit silent. You know me, when I like to talk about things that I know, that I'm well versed in. And I think now, 2024, it gives me a greater perspective on just the environment. So I'm really happy about that. 2023, I always do that video every year, and I'm like, okay, so construction trends 2023, what are we doing? I don't want to do that this year. I feel like 2023 was the year of just everybody getting into their space again, after COVID. A lot of people were a bit shy in terms of just how to navigate their projects again. Is this going to come back again? How is it that we're going to navigate this new environment? How is it that we're going to get materials over? How is it that we are moving now? But oh boy, did we get a shock in 2023. All the projects were up and running again, and people were still kind of using their old tactics, which is really, really it really frustrates me. But we move. So instead of saying, okay, there was a labor shortage, which there was, same as 2022. Material costs went up. There was a lot of standstill. There was the construction mafia. We still have all of those things in place. But I feel like because of the jobs now, the jobs are really starting. So if you are trying to get into the industry right now and you're trying to get into your first project, I would say Sanral would be your guy. Like, there are a lot of CIDB level 1 contracts and projects. And I think, like getting that project, that first project is always the hardest one. Like, it's always the hardest. Now you've gotten all your paperwork, you've gone to CIDP, you are level BE level 1, you're there. And then you get to a point where it's either you don't have the money to start that project, or you don't have that project to start. So I think Sanral has a lot of their problems, especially with all of the road stuff. I think that's another episode. But I think in terms of just, like getting your first projects there, doing like those curbs and all of that, I think it's a really great platform. So I think just to start it off, I think it would be smart for you to look at the Sanral website. They normally have like different regions, your northern, your eastern, your western, your southern, and they kind of go like through different provinces. So you kind of just go in there and you click whichever region you are, and you kind of see like the different packages. I know that I'm in KZN, and there've been like a couple of packages. And in terms of like all like that, I think it starts getting a little bit tricky when you get a little bit higher on the CIDB levels. But I think like the entry level packages are pretty fair. You can move in really nicely. And like a Sanral, obviously it's not going to come from Sanral. It's going to come from a contractor, like for instance a WBHO or a Robex, or like it's going to come from a certain contractor or a subcontractor, those level 1 packages. So in the aims of obviously Sanral making construction accessible to the guy that is doing it from the bottom, those packages are available. So it would be smart for you to kind of head over there and kind of take a look. I'm not really a person that is saying go for tenderers. I'm more of a person that says, do you know what you're doing? I'm not a horizontal strategy person. I'm more of a vertical. Go down, go deeper. Find your niche, and kind of figure it out there. So I'll make example with myself. A lot of people, when they say when I say I'm in the built environments, they always say, oh, "Okay, can you build a building?" No, I cannot. Just because by the virtue of me in construction does not mean I can build a building. I probably can now because I'm a contractor, but most of the contractors will have certain specialities, and that's what I'm always advocating for. It's once you're a specialist contractor, you are able to maneuver and move in a way that is beneficial. At the end of the day, I'm all for, this is my purpose. This is great. And I love this, but we're also here to make money, and making money is not just the value of the project. I think I've learned that throughout like my whole journey. I started off in manufacturing. So price was always king because we used to sell a product. And obviously now moving on to distribution, obviously the price margins are literally what I live by. But also it also moves on to contracting as well. I realized, and I've picked up like from a lot of people that yeah, sharp, you guys do like profit margins and all of that, but I don't think you guys really take into account how much of the different components of what you're doing really matter, really kind of add to your bottom line. So I was doing a project with this contractor. Like you get contracts managers that are constantly trying to make money, all of them. It's a whole point, the whole point of a contract manager is to make money. But at the same time, I also think it gives them such a great platform, to teach. And in as much as like I've always been the child of the built environments, but like getting into a new arena, I'm always prone to learning. Hey, like I am okay with being not the smartest guy in the room, because it gives me such a better platform, to get better and to better myself as well. So, like diving in there, I was like, what, Pilile, I'll wake up every day. What, Pilile, you don't know everything here. And you need to just shut your mouth and learn. And that's exactly what I did. It's important for us I've been an entrepreneur now for how many years? A couple of years now. And I think you get to a point where you start thinking that you know everything and you are fed by your ego. And I think you won't grow if that's who you are. I think the true entrepreneurs are the ones that understand that it's a self-reflective process, because most of the time you have to wake up and just like, you know what, suck it up, you know, tuck everything in and, you know, move. But it's also a point where you are able to, you know, you have to be permeable. You know, you have to be a permeable person. You constantly have to be learning. You can't know everything all the time, because sometimes, you know, the trick of the trades are the trick of the trades. And if sometimes you have to be within the mud in order to understand, you know, how to, you know, move within it. So when it came to contracting, it was fairly new to me. I knew what I was doing because obviously I'm a specialist contractor. Now I'm actually, what is it called in marketing? I think it's backward segmentation, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put it here if it's the wrong term. I think it's backward though, where you kind of realize that, you know, now as a supplier, I was here. You know, I was the middleman. And you are, as a supplier, you are constantly in, you know, like you constantly have to beg. You know, you have to. It's just the way of life, bro. And I realized that, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I've got really network when it comes, a really good network when it comes to what I do, which is Gabions and grids and geosynthetics. So if I'm so well versed within this product, I train on this product, why aren't I then putting the product in, you know? So I ran it backwards and I was like, okay, cool. Now, besides the fact that I'm just going to supply the product, now I can do it for you. And the nice thing about that is the fact that the contractors that hire me out know that they're going to get a great price on materials, and they're going to get a great price on the contracting. And by virtue of that, a great price on the contracting. So that in itself, taught me a lot. But yeah, that is my journey. I'm just giving you guys, like, you know, like a roundabout of what last year was about, instead of just me coming back here and saying, okay, so I've got 10 points that I've got, and this is what it is. I wanted you guys to kind of get like an understanding of where I'm coming from, and most of all, an understanding of where I'm trying to be, and most of all, also an understanding of where I'm trying to take this. So I've spoken quite a lot, but let's do housekeeping. Let's do housekeeping here. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. I am still the biggest construction channel. You know, I make construction sound really nice, which is really cool. But I feel like as a community of construction, we are just not, like, we're not on the ball, man. Like, we are just not on the ball. Like, if we are supporting the communities and the channels that are pushing the narrative that you are trying to push, I think it puts you at a greater level for you to be able to push out the topics that you want. So if you support the channel, not just me, support the channels that push the narrative that you want to, you know, you want out there. But before that, actually, I just remembered, I'm not a political person, guys. You know, but obviously, you know, being in the construction industry, it's governed by a lot of what the political environment is. Guys, we need to vote. We need to have a conversation. We need to vote. It can't be that the youth is feeling like this. Last year, I also spent a lot of time mentoring. You know, mentoring is part of is a huge part of what I do. Like, in as much as I am a stakeholder of the environment, because of my frustration coming into the industry, and how I felt like the industry didn't really welcome me, and the industry didn't really have platforms for me to be able to learn, I created this platform. So it's important in this mentorship for me to also understand that it's not just our power that is at play here. You know, it's also not just by our own deeds that we are, the people that are successful are successful. So it's important for you to understand the environments that we are working in and what it's governed by. And we are politically governed, guys. So it's important for you. This is a good year for us to think about that. It was very important for me to say that here. I'm not, I'm not a political person. I'm not a comrade or anything like that. But I think if you're frustrated, and if you feel like you're not getting the opportunities that you need to be getting, if you feel like you're not in the places where you feel like you deserve to be, that means that there's something wrong with your environment. Your environment is not being governed in the right place. So vote. Let's leave it there before I go on a rampage. So I'm gonna keep it there. It's been so nice. Talking to myself is I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like it now. But this is all dependent on you. I am going to keep my content hostage if you guys don't do the right things. And you know what that is. You know what we do here. We like and we subscribe and we push the word, man. I don't sit here and talk to myself for free. It is for free, but like the most decent form of payment is for you to just subscribe. But also now it's a very selfish thing, the subscribing thing, because now when you subscribe, I will do more and I'll help you more. So think about it that way. So I'm gonna cap it there. If I haven't said before, my name was Uplile Ganimpemba, and I am grateful that you're here with me, and I will see you next time.